Omolola, just yesterday you were giving us an update on the INEC's level of preparedness for this election that is to happen on Saturday. Regarding the distribution of sensitive and non-sensitive electoral materials across the state, Omolola, can you shed more light on that and talk to us about that very quickly?
Yes, Blessings, the distribution of, the electoral, the election materials, both sensitive and insensitive, will begin shortly. It's expected to begin shortly, rather. And, if you can look behind me, vehicles that are ready to convey these materials to their various registration area centers across the 30 local government areas in the state. However, many of those buses have been loaded with, the different insensitive materials, and that is, of course, talking about the beavers machines and others. On the other side, some buses are waiting to, be loaded with the sensitive materials, talking about the ballot papers, and that is because many of those, buses are waiting to get a directive from the REC as to when to start heading, because they will have to head to the CBN, office where they get the sensitive materials before heading to the registration area centers. However, the REC chairman and other executive members of INEC are in a closed-door meeting. If not, we would have been able to tie down someone, but it's beyond our control right now, as many of them are in a closed-door meeting, after which they will all convey to the CBN and then move to their various registration area centers in this local government.
Okay, so Omolola, I know we asked this question yesterday, but because of how sensitive and very important it is, I'm going to ask again, how prepared is the electoral body in terms of logistics, that's movement and transportation of these electoral materials, to ensure the materials actually reach the polling units on time and we don't have citizens being indirectly disenfranchised because they can't access the materials on time?
So in a phone conversation with the VEP this morning, he did affirm that, just like he said yesterday, and then he said this morning, he did affirm that all the materials, both sensitive and insensitive material, election materials, will get to their polling units at 7 a.m. unfailingly. And that is why he mentioned that, these buses, these vehicles will move today to their various registration areas in the local government. If you can see behind me, many of those buses are being, they are being labeled as to which of the local governments they will be moving to. And information reaching us through the VEP, a few minutes ago over the phone, he did say that they will be starting with local governments that are far off, then down to the closest, local government, to ensure that there are no delays with election materials getting to their polling units on time. He did affirm that many of this election, in fact, all of the election materials, both sensitive and insensitive materials, will get to their polling units 7 a.m. unfailingly on Saturday.
All right, Omolola Ololade there, thank you for the update. She is currently at the INEC office and she's monitoring the readiness by INEC. We still have other correspondents like Niyi Omoni. We also have Mercy Babajide, who will be giving us more updates as well.